All right. Yes.
Yeah, me too.
Yes, the stream and live and stuff.
Ryan, you're breaking up on the Discord stream.
I'm breaking up on Discord. Hang on.
Oh, you are. You're good now.
Test one.
You were
Test
breaking
two.
up.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good now. You're just breaking up a tiny bit on the Discord stream. You're good now. Come on, Ryan. Hello, chat on YouTube. Hello, chat.
So there's been a lot of arguing in the Discord over whether Starfleet is a military, like a really, really long conversation on whether Starfleet is a military. But they totally are, for sure. I mean, they go to war, they serve as the peacekeeping force, they invade places. That seems pretty military to me.
Yeah.
I mean, they're awfully good at improvising a military if they're not one to begin with.
Oh, the episodes for today. The first episode, it's DS9, Season 7, Episode 21, I want to say. Yeah, 21. When It Rains, which is when Kira gets a better uniform. Tacking into the Wind with Gowron. And Extreme Measures with Director Sloan. Gowron's last episode and Sloan's last episode. 2 characters are going away. It's gonna be sad.
Kira gets a uniform because back I think in the 6th season, the entire uniform got a uniform change, but Kira isn't. But she is going to get a uniform change pretty soon.
Yes. And about
Ryan's talking about the Starfleet uniform that she gets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She'll be getting a new uniform in what, 15, 20 minutes? How soon does that happen?
It's pretty early in the episode.
It's like that happens 10 minutes, 40 seconds in. And we're 2:45. So yeah, like 13 minutes. Should be pretty cool. It's a good uniform. Hello? Yes? Hello?
I can hear you.
I mean, you can hear me, but someone in the YouTube was like, hello, exclamation point, question mark. And I don't know what that means in this context. Test 1. Can people hear me on YouTube? Yeah, people on YouTube.
Oh, so you're good on the YouTube stream. You're kind of fine both ways.
So,
Ryan can hear you, Ben.
What, do you like corn?
I like it, but not all the time.
I just bought a couple corn cobs. Look, I'm just killing time for the next minute and a half till we start. And for people to get in. I bought a couple corn cobs yesterday. I thought maybe I'd bake them up, put some butter and some black pepper, a little bit of salt.
Oh, okay.
No, not corn, the blood god. Corn like yellow corn.
No, not
from a farm. I don't like the blood god. Blood gods aren't very nice.
No. But I do like yellow corn.
Hey. This is a very riveting conversation. Look, nothing's happening. Do you want to watch someone else's YouTube video while we wait the next minute? What do I have bookmarked here?
I have nothing to do.
Did you buy it from a stand on the side of the road?
No.
Oh, you just got it at a grocery store?
Yeah. Are you looking down on me for that?
No,
I can hear the judgment in your tone.
Around here, it's fairly common for people to sell it at like little pop-up stands on the side of the road.
Okay. I don't think I've ever seen a corn stand. I've seen some strawberry stands and some cherry stands. I've never seen someone selling corn.
Yeah, it's local farmers kind of do seasonal stuff. In the summer, they'll sell corn. In like middle of October, there'll be pumpkin stands that pop up all over the place.
Pumpkins.
It's just if you live close enough to agricultural
Hang on,
area.
Everybody press play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't live near enough to corn to corn country. Subspace real.
Or
Oh,
someone-
map.
Map.
We never get a real map. Okay, so
I wonder-
Cardassian space is officially south
they get
or
the maps into
southwest
this.
of Federation space, which is doesn't really make sense in space, but you know what I mean. Oh yeah, the Defiant got blown up last episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need a new one.
Yeah, this episode they don't get it. But they need new ones. New ones soon. They need a better and tougher ship.
Yeah, they never explained what actually happened to fix the problem. I don't think they even mentioned that it's fixed. It just stops coming up. It's like, oh, well, we're not affected anymore. Let's just go. Why not? What happened? What do you change? What do you fix? Is it a shield? Is it an engine modification? What happened?
What happened down there?
So how about that space weather?
Pretty cool up there.
I hear the space weather's pretty bad in the Badlands. A lot of tornadoes.
Yeah, but that's pretty cool. It's always cool up in space.
Rondak. Why do I know Rondak? I probably know it from this episode. Star Trek Rondak. What is Rondak? Changing face of... Oh, okay, that was the Wayun cloning facility. Okay, yeah. Wow, he lost half of his resistance movement just to spite Wayun. That seems, not like a great trade. Not ideal.
I mean, it
No,
was
it
just
sounds
to spite Wayun, but it also like hurts their ability to create new Vorta leadership if they die.
But does the
So
Vorta
it's not-
leadership matter?
Yeah, I think.
Oh, come on, Kira. It was one woman. Damar killed one person. What's the big deal? Gotta look past little things like that. And besides, you killed her yourself like twice before that.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Zial keeps dying and they keep replacing her with different actresses.
Oh, right. Forgot about that.
Yeah.
Zial's the goldfish. Just keep replacing her and hope Dukat doesn't notice. And the third time he noticed.
Right.
Hey.
Howdy.
Welcome, Moon. Welcome, Michael.
Welcome, Michael. Michael's been here a while, man.
Yeah.
Just catching up.
I don't think he's ever missed a stream.
That's not true. I definitely have.
How dare you?
Okay.
What's our timestamp?
Oh, let me put
Um,
it in Discord for you. There you go. It
on
is now
Netflix, I
streaming
got
live
412.
on Discord.
Wow.
Wow.
Give me
On
a second.
Netflix, I got 417.
19. Okay. Close enough. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Why are intro sequences so long?
I don't know.
As long
Does
as
it
good.
have- But do we need to hear it 178 times? That
well,
seems
technically,
excessive.
this is a new opening sequence. "Quote unquote" new. They did change it in season 4.
Okay.
I tried to shorten the sequence up, but it won't let me upload in the Discord.
And
I mean,
the voice
I
chat
could
is
turn
not
the
in fact
sequence
so
up.
exclusive. There's literally a link that you click on it in the description, and then you're in. It's not terribly exclusive. So yeah, that's open to anyone, and you can match up your timestamp with the Discord timestamp because, you know, stream delay and stuff. But yeah, it's open to anyone. Just hop on in.
All right.
You can tell me how much you hate my pro discovery videos. Okay, now we're starting again.
I only hated the one that you tricked me on.
I have no regrets.
I'm still mad about it.
That's okay. I can live with it. I can learn to live with it.
It's dumb.
A cup of goo. What's wrong with a cup of goo? Yeah, this is just stem cell research, but with goo. You just regrow the whole organ. Don't try to fix the old one. Just take it out, give them a new one. It's easier. Hypothetically. I've asked this many times, but is that cup of goo now sentient itself? Can it think and feel and see? Will Odo remember everything that happened in the experiment when he rematerializes or remerges?
Well, it seems like as the Odo grows, it gets smarter. Like, remember the baby Odo from that one episode?
Yeah.
So maybe like a small amount of Odo isn't very smart, but you need like a lot of Odo to become a person.
Okay.
Well, corpse.
It's not like
Hard to measure
Soulborn to be
Odo
stabbed in
because
the
it-
back. Teleplay by Renee Echeverria. Story by Renee Echeverria. Everything by Renee Echeverria. Oh, but directed by Michael Dorn. Neat.
Yeah,
Michael Dorn gets to direct his own fighting.
I found that was the cop there. He decided he was a Cardassian. He shouldn't transform back into a Cardassian as soon as they said it.
No,
He's still Bajoran.
he's going to be a Cardassian until the very end, until the finale.
No.
He's going to be Bajoran forever, man.
Yeah.
Wow. Just going immediately into the justification for releasing a literal devil. She's committed now. Oh, she did an Anakin. Well, I murdered someone, so now I'm committed. Now I'm just evil. Well, she was always evil, but now she's admitting she's evil. Granted, murder is a good indicator that someone's not a great person. I think that's fair.
Yeah, Kaiwen did kill someone before.
Yeah.
She killed more than one person. I know she killed someone in her introduction episode.
She didn't kill someone. She just ordered someone to be killed. That's not the same.
No, she ordered someone to like kill herself, right?
She killed herself.
Yeah. But she didn't. That's on the other person. That's her fault.
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, at least Garrick seems... Garrick always seems happy about everything. He's having a great time on this show. Is that Andrew Robinson pretending to be... He thinks Garrick should be happy all the time? Or is that just Andrew Robinson having a great time? I
I
think Andy
think
just left the show.
I think Ruben's the actor, but a lot of it is Garrick. He's happy. He's always happy. But that could be the actor also being happy.
Kai's phaser doesn't kill people. The Kai stabs people with a knife. She doesn't use a gun.
Or she coerces people to blow themselves up.
Yeah.
Or shoot people. She uses a gun by proxy.
She would never hold one. You know, it's really easy to dispose of a body in the future. You just transport it and then leave it in the buffer forever. Just don't rematerialize it.
Just delete it. Drag that to the recycle bin.
Why doesn't Odo get a Starfleet uniform?
Because he loathes Starfleet.
He does not. That is not a great outfit, though. I'm with Garrick. It's a little drab. I don't remember why Garrick goes with them. Just because
he's
it's
a Cardassian?
Okay. It's just on his way home. Oh! They set up shop in the cave. The cave where they were betrayed. Oh no, that's not going to happen yet. No, they haven't been betrayed yet.
She has certain skills acquired over a very long career, skills that made her a nightmare for people like them.
How does Communications Officer Damar have the best character arc in the series? How did that happen?
Yeah.
How did he turn into a good guy? Gowron.
Gowron.
Is it Gowron or is it Gowron? Because I think they say both.
Was the last time he was at Deep Space Nine, was he attacking it?
I think so.
No, the last time remember he had to redo the Khitomer chords in the sickbay with fake Bendy Bashir?
Oh.
This is one of my favorite Gowron moments, though, where he's just... Come on, Gowron, do it! Almost. And they're best friends again. Gowron is always so happy to see Worf.
Is it 2309?
Put him in power in TNG.
2309? There is no finer vintage. I do appreciate that Julian's taking the advice of just talk to her. I don't know if that's the exact phrasing you want to go with, but yeah, just talk. Just talk to Ezri. Yeah, no, don't trick her into coming to the sickbay. Just like talk to her. You can call it. You have a phone. Do you guys not have phones? You have phones on your chest.
Yeah. When there were smartphones.
So they push the button and they start talking, and the computer just already knows who they want to talk to.
Yep. It scans your brain. The Universal Translator is established in canon to actually scan the brainwaves of people it's listening to. So I guess the communicator can too. It just scans your intent.
It seems a little big brothery for me.
That's the Federation for you. I'm pretty sure Voyager is always scanning your brain. It's kind of messed up, but it's the way it is in the future.
To use the communicator, you just push the button and you talk. Everything's push to talk nowadays.
No, Julian, sorry, Sadiq, don't make those kinds of assumptions, man. Just let her finish the sentence.
I took a backslide in season 7.
They took a what?
Like his characterization goes backwards in season 7, I think.
It's just let her finish her sentence. That was going to be quite a confession from Esri, though. She was just going to come outright and say, I'm in love with you. Which, I mean, they haven't even been on a date. That's a little forward, Esri. You might want to take it a little slower. I mean, I know they work together, but come on. Well, Odo, maybe you shouldn't have committed treason. Maybe you wouldn't be sick.
Maybe.
That's just karma for him.
Except we know it's the other way around.
Yeah, but they don't know that. It turns out, in the end, Odo's treason saves Cardassia. Why do you look so upset, Kira? Don't worry about it. He's fine.
Yeah.
Why does she have a gun? She's on a runabout. Who is she expecting?
Eric is there. I mean, you never know.
It's just for Garrick? Oh,
I mean,
no.
I would. There was that one time he went all psychopath.
There were extenuating circumstances. It wasn't his fault. Are there real books that you have to unlock with a key?
Here. I was thinking, so this arc, this 9-episode Dominion War, this was originally intended to be a whole season, right?
Most
And
of a season.
I feel like it goes really fast because I think they're trying to fit 20 episodes of content into 10 episodes, 9 episodes.
I had eyes, Damar. Good job. You don't mess with the devil, Ducat. You ought to know this. There are rules. Oh, now why they're cutting themselves. I don't think I've ever seen one Klingon ceremony where someone doesn't get cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not true. What about Rustai?
Klingon divorce.
That's true. He did make Rustai with the boy, and I don't know if he cut him. I don't remember. Did Worf cut
Well, he
Jeremy
doesn't in the
Astor?
scene.
No. It does cut away
It just-
before the
No,
end,
but
doesn't it?
he hurt him in other ways.
They just light candles in that scene.
God, they're gonna drip blood wine all over the carpet. You can't dip it in like that. You need a pitcher.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or a ladle.
Or a ladle. Why don't they have a ladle? What has Gowron been doing? Last time we saw Gowron doing anything of importance, he was just doing some administrative things about the House of Grilka. What is your job?
He's more involved in domestic affairs. You know, he gives Martok the overall direction, and Martok handles the actual tactician stuff. Was expecting thunderous applause, got nothing.
You should be happy, Martok. You were objecting to getting this job. Yeah, Julian, would you like to talk to Lieutenant Douglas, though, instead? Wait, at what point do they say no? Can Julian just keep saying, I want to talk to your supervisor and eventually get up to the Federation president? Or does someone cut him off? At least this guy wasn't busy. That's nice. That's it. But wait. Surely Julian. Yeah, he has scans of his own. Why does he need that particular scan? Surely he has scans from before and after that.
Sigma male.
Siddiq is doing a little bit better with the angry acting these days.
Mm-hmm.
It's still not
He's a good
great.
actor. I think it's fine.
It's fine. It used to be awful.
He's just finding the cure. How hard can that be? Not because he's finding the cure.
All because he's finding the cure. Can't have that. Starfleet
No.
Medical doesn't cure people.
No.
It wouldn't be the first time, Julian. You've been accused of being a traitor like twice already. One
Once
time
he
you were
was a gooey
shapeshifter.
man.
Yeah. I don't know if you should take it personally at this point.
One time he was possessed by an evil serial killer.
Yep.
Time he
Another
actually tried
time
to
he
give
collaborated with Section 31.
plans to Dominion. He was about to turn over the entire Starfleet battle
Yep, that's
plans to the
treason.
Dominion.
Well, no, that he wasn't going to do. That he tried to stop. He was advocating surrender. Fortunately, they didn't need to surrender because they got a literal Deus Ex Machina. Now, I assume if this is the Cardassian Liberation Front, that there's also a Liberation Front of Cardassia somewhere.
Splitters!
Do they get along? Or are they indeed splitters? The real enemy is the Liberation Front of Cardassia. And according to Star Wars Rebels, people within a cell don't even have to know they're within a cell. You can just have like one person be leading the cell and just sort of direct everyone else. You don't have to tell them why you're doing the things. Why do we need to infiltrate and disable if we have antimatter torpedoes? Oh, it's Vaughn. I didn't know
It
Vaughn
is
was
Vaughn.
a Cardassian here. I wasn't even looking at the screen. He just said something. Hey, Vaughn. Is he going to be here the whole time?
Yep.
Cool.
Character's name is Seskal,
Seskal.
which, funnily enough, one of the subtitle writers mistakes for Cisco at one point.
Okay. Seskal's not the traitor, is he?
No.
Okay, cool.
Why would he be a traitor?
There's a traitor somewhere, but I don't remember who it is.
It's some general that they thought they were bringing over to their side.
Okay.
He's not like amongst this group of characters.
Okay. Nice. What are you doing on that bed? Now, she didn't actually say that. You're just making assumptions here. And yes, Seskal is related to Seska in the same reason that I, Ryan's Edits, am related to Ryan George, of course. It's all in the name.
Mm-hmm. Irrefutable.
He has hair, I have hair, his name is Ryan, my name is Ryan. He's a white man, I'm a white man.
2 arms, 2 legs, 10 fingers, 10 toes.
Well, I don't know if I can verify that for you.
2 kidneys, 2 eyes, 2 ears.
Okay, this scene is weird. I feel like it would be a lot better if they were just like doing an automatic comparison on the computer and it came up identical. It's weird that Julian remembers.
He's genetically engineered. They're identical.
It's not. That's not a good plot point.
Genetically engineered. He has eidetic memory.
So I believe Gowron dies next episode. Not to spoil a 30-year-old show for you.
It's not 30 years old quite yet.
It's pretty close. What was this, 95?
1998 for this episode, I think.
99, wow.
99?
Yeah, so it's only 22. Still older than a lot of people, but not 30.
I watched this episode when it aired, so
Why are you so old?
Well, you see, when a man and a woman tolerate each other and decide they want to reproduce,
They go to a clinic and have an artificial implantation.
it's one way. That is one way.
But that doesn't require a man and a woman.
No,
Oh,
it just
right. They
requires
just
a
go to the
woman and a
orphanage and
donor.
pick up a kid. That's right.
You think they pick them up and they squeeze them like they're fruit? Like, this is a good one, this is a bad one.
Oh.
This one smells like it's gone bad. Leave it.
Children, especially very, very young children, often smell like they've gone bad.
Mm-hmm.
Many times have I seen someone sniff their child. Vaughn, why are you being a jerk?
He's not being a jerk. Oda's a war criminal.
Yeah, but you don't need to be rude about it.
I mean, they have a good point. What the fuck did Odo do to gain the support of the Bajorans, and why do we never hear about what he did?
Because, God.
Like, he obviously did something.
Odo got several innocent Bajorans killed. He got a lot of Bajorans who were working to overthrow the Cardassians killed. No, he was a collaborator. He was definitely a collaborator, Kira.
He's a collaborator twice over.
He was collaborating
like
recently. You remember that, Kira? The whole treason, that thing?
Yeah.
Remember the time he told you that you don't matter to him?
This guy is so he's got so much machismo Bravado.
At the start of the series, and for like the first like 4 seasons, Odo is always asking Cisco for more fascist control of the station. It's like, well, if you just let me implement like lockdowns and let me search people, impose more restrictions, come on, let me put cameras up.
It's not a search. It's a stop and frisk. Stop and frisk. That's what that is.
Or, as the Onion put it, a stop and kiss.
Yeah.
Stop and kiss.
Yes. It's the right of every New York police officer to stop and kiss anyone on the street to see if they're a criminal.
So if they don't give you tongue, they're a criminal.
I don't know the specifics.
Oh. Have you been in New York recently?
There was that episode of Enterprise, the first episode of Enterprise actually, where that woman has to kiss Archer to determine his intentions. I assume it's like that. The Suliban lady.
Suliban lady. Yeah.
I don't remember her name. Oh, no, yes I do. Saren.
Theron.
I really like Enterprise's premiere overall, but some bits of it are a little weird.
Rise's premiere is probably one of the better ones.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
And
pretty
then
good.
Saren has to kiss Archer to determine his intentions. And it gets weird.
Well, you know, they were trying to hold true to Gene Roddenberry's vision
Oh,
Isn't
okay.
his
of
name
the future.
Silic is there, but he's not the one that kisses Archer.
Oh,
Silic is the bad guy.
Silic is John Fleck.
Silic is the bad Suliban who's been genetically modified with superpowers, and he can squeeze himself down like a sponge.
Silic was also the Romulan from Inter Arma Enum Sealant Legis, whose name I don't know.
Or Ducat. He doesn't understand.
Who's future guy?
Yeah, Ducat.
The writers of Enterprise, obviously it was never established in canon, but they said eventually that they were thinking future guy was going to turn out to be Archer himself.
Oh yeah,
just
yeah,
from
yeah.
the future.
Yeah. Yeah, future guy. The guy talking to the Suliban was going to be Archer, but I don't get why.
Well, presumably we would have gotten a why if they actually had season 5 and 6
And 7.
and 7 and 8.
Well, no, 8 probably.
It's slightly concerning that they didn't actually have it settled who future guy was and what his intentions were. He was just kind of there and they were going to fill it in later. Do you know what Ducat's task is? His penance he has to pay? He has to go win a poker game in San Francisco. It's true. There's even photographic proof of it. Video proof. Let me Google this. Gold Ducat, San Francisco. Oh, it's a pretty bad picture, but whatever, it's fine. Oh, it's an awful picture. What is this?
Oh, whoops.
Look how low quality this picture is. Look, just trust me, it's Gold Ducat.
Deep into enemy territory. Yeah, that's not how that works.
Sure it is.
No.
The Klingons have heart, and that's all they need.
So generally speaking, defenders have advantage unless you outnumber the defenders 5-1. And being outnumbered 20-1, your chances of winning, even with the element of surprise,
Well, you're talking
pretty
about
slim.
Earth battles. We're talking about space.
Yeah, that makes it even worse because, XYZ. There's no
What's
you
Z?
can't approach from cover.
Yeah.
What's Z?
Axes.
Z axis, yeah.
What? There is no Z
It's
axis.
like in
The
There's a
next generation finale, they actually went upward for once.
he's joking because the ships never seem to leave a fairly
Yes.
constrained plane in Star Trek.
The Enterprise D with the third missile apparently also had the ability to travel upward.
Yes. Oh man.
But O'Brien,
Here's
he
things.
doesn't have a hat. Actually,
It's
nobody
the
has
only
a hat.
Ferengi who doesn't have a hat.
The Bajorian.
Keep it behind
Oh,
his
that's
loads.
true. Whoa, is that a hat?
I think it classifies as a hat. I've had this argument with my roommate before.
This feels like the is cereal a soup argument.
Is
I'm pretty sure
cereal
hot
a
dog is
soup?
because
sandwich.
it's a decorative thingy attached to his head. I don't know.
Huh. Hot
Is cereal
dog
a
is
soup or
taco.
is it a stew?
It is a
It's a
soup
soup.
because
It has-
you have cold soups. I've never heard of a cold stew.
You can have cold stew.
Is the
a
cereal
cold stew is still a
suspended?
stew.
Well, it's still a stew, but you don't serve it cold.
The
only
cereal's
difference between a soup
suspended?
and a stew is the amount of broth. So I suppose you could make a cereal stew if you just didn't put very much milk in it.
Okay. Now, what is cereal if I
Well,
don't eat it with milk?
oatmeal is a
What if
stew.
I just have the cereal itself?
Porridge, whatever.
If you just eat the cereal straight, it's just cereal, my man.
Okay, cool. The day.
It's just a
My
crunchy
God.
snack.
I mean, I talked about some of my unpopular Trek opinions yesterday, but here's another unpopular opinion. I don't like milk with my cereal. Just have the cereal.
Do you have it with water?
No, just the cereal.
You just eat it with a spoon,
Yeah.
dry,
Yeah,
like some kind of monster.
like some kind
cereal
of
by
rind.
itself too. I just have cereal by itself too. If
I
I do
go
have
my own
cereal,
way,
I
man.
don't really have cereal.
I mean, I eat cereal dry, but not like just a little snack here and there, but not like that's. I usually eat it with milk.
Ah, then it's all
I'm
soggy.
gonna eat some frosted mini wheats. Well, you got to eat it fast. Oh, you know what? I think I have a solution for you. They make a cereal bowl that has a divider in the middle. You put the cereal on one side and the milk on the other, and you scoop the cereal and you dip it in the milk, and you eat it immediately.
I mean, that wasn't the deciding factor on whether I eat it with milk or not.
Are you lactose intolerant?
No.
Okay.
I'm not either. But I just don't have milk with my cereal if I have it.
All right. Next episode, 1 minute to that, is Tacking into the Wind, which I remember is pretty good. I don't remember all of what happens
Starts
in
with a
it.
bang.
With a bang?
Uh-huh.
I assume you mean that very literally.
We'll see.
We'll see. Yeah.
Is everyone getting enough calcium in their diet? Everyone get enough fiber? Get enough sleep every
I
night?
don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? It's very important to have the right amount of fiber. You gotta watch your fiber intake.
So you can poop.
One good thing about cereal,
Also-
some of them are excellent sources of fiber. And Star Trek is an
Yeah.
excellent source of pressing play in 3, 2, 1, play.
You know what else is an excellent source of fiber? The cereal box.
Yes. What's tacking? Tacking is when you... Yep, there's the bang. Tacking is when you're on a sailing ship, and you have to, like, angle the sails in a weird way when you're trying to sail against the wind.
Yeah,
I think it's like when you have to, like, sail
diagonal.
partially sideways. Like, you turn right a bit, and then you'd go left, and then right, and then left, to try and keep a relatively straight line while still going against the wind.
Yes, you do zigzags. I think you have the ship pointed in one way and the sail pointed in another way, and you go at a diagonal, and then you change it and go the other diagonal, and you zigzag.
Now, why this episode is called Tacking into the Wind, I have no idea.
Oh. Well.
It's because they're changing direction.
It's when the nose crosses through the wind. Is that some kind of Bajoran joke?
And then those tag
How do you
goes into
sail
the
up?
wind.
You have to tack.
Been a long
It's because you're in a cave,
day
Rusat. You don't have enough ventilation.
training for terrorist attacks.
Wait, in the background there's a hole in the ceiling. Is that just the exterior of the set? Is that just what it looks like? Oh, he has a limp. Wait, how does he have a limp? He doesn't have bones or legs. He doesn't have muscle. Why does he have a limp?
Because his matrix is stiff. It means a lot coming from you, Kira. Oh boy.
I can sympathize with, what's his name? Garrick here. Sometimes you just walk quietly. Doesn't mean you're trying to sneak up on people. You don't gotta go accusing me of things.
Right.
Am I the only one who startled people accidentally just because they're quiet?
I'm like a ninja.
Also, yeah, why isn't Odo crawling into a bucket? Why is he resting in a bed? Did he not bring his bucket? If he turns into a table, does the table flake?
The what?
If he
If he turns into a table, does the table flake?
Yeah, does it flake?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Does he have... If a
He should,
flaky
you
bit
know
of
what?
him
He should
falls
turn
off,
into
does he
a
have to
bowl of
pick it up?
cereal. He should turn into a bowl of cereal, and then he won't need to worry about looking flaky. It's like the Terminator, T-1000 or whatever in Terminator 2. When a piece of him falls off, he just like steps near it, and it like sucks back into his body.
I'm just thinking, if Odo is flaking off onto the ground, if he wants to maintain his same size and intelligence, apparently, because he has a distributed neural whatever, he's going to need to, like, sweep up the ground and gather all the bits of Odo.
He's like,
Oh, fair ground.
It's like when he goes on these missions, he leaves his own little breadcrumb trail so he can find his way back.
Oh yeah, it's not the first time Garrick has seen Odo like this.
Oh yeah, he used that field on him.
We have two
and tortured
traitors
him.
in the room talking to each other.
So here's a question. Well, Garrick wasn't a traitor because he was never really allied with anybody.
He betrayed us in
You
his
can't
heart.
betray something you're not. You can't betray something you don't hold allegiance towards. You make an assumption. That's your fault if you assume that Garrick is on your side. I think it's safe to assume that Garrick is only on his own side.
Okay. You have a question?
Hmm?
You said you have a question.
No, I said that Garrick or Odo would leave his own little breadcrumb trail when he's on these missions, so he can find his way back.
Yeah, he could.
I think that's what I was talking.
So, Michael, tell us how you're feeling about this episode. No? Okay. So,
He's
Gyrus,
having
tell us how you're
technical
feeling about this
difficulties.
episode.
Doesn't know it.
Oh, seems all right so far.
Okay.
I think Ryan is hitting on the people who haven't spoke much. Oh wait, I think Gyrinx
Oh, yeah.
laughed at one of my jokes earlier.
Fucking up occasionally.
So, did you ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? Is that a no
I was playing
or
a game.
yes?
I was playing a game online, and a dude joined. His name was Senator Palpatine, and I started saying that over voice comms, and everybody, the people vote kicked him. And I was like, it wasn't even him, and then they vote kicked me.
Okay. So I can assume then that you have heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise.
Yes, he was so powerful he could
Yeah,
influence
I thought so.
midichlorians to create
It's a
life.
story the Jedi would tell you. It's a Sith legend. Kind of a dick move by Palpatine, asking if someone's heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise. Nobody's heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise. You didn't advertise it. It's your story.
Yeah, because right. Of course, nobody's heard it.
God, is Palpatine the bad guy? Why is he being such a jerk?
Well, listen, he was actually trying to protect the galaxy from the Yuzong Vong invasion. Okay?
Oh God.
He needed a planet killing
every
weapon.
Sith is just justifying. It's like, oh, I was just trying to protect the galaxy from some greater threat. It was the Yuzong Vong. It was the true Sith Empire. Come on, man. You just wanted power. There is always some excuse. If Darth Plagueis was so wise, why did he not expect his apprentice to assassinate him? Why didn't he lock his door at night? Julian, you just swore on my Star Trek. Can't do that.
It was just hell. I mean,
Oh, rude of you.
You just swore on my Star Trek stream.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Yeah, they weren't expecting you to take the offensive because it's stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, 6-1. That's better than the usual 20-1. Oh, Avery's enunciating.
I like how a Starfleet captain right now is talking to the leader of the Klingon Empire like a little scolding a school child, you know? And the leader of the Klingon Empire was like, well, you know, it's not so bad. He's gonna live.
Gowron even looked a little guilty there.
Well, he is guilty.
God, how does Sisko have so much political power? He's just a captain.
He's the man who started the war with the Dominion.
I mean, he's half prophet, so I guess that helps, but... Codpiece, there's an underscore in there before Ryan. I didn't put the underscore there. I just typed Ryan Gowron, and then it added an underscore. You know, do we know who plays the Breen? Star Trek Breen actor. Wade Kelly. Okay, there's a bunch of them, as you might expect. I'm looking for Thought Gore's actor.
Gore?
Todd Slayton. We can figure out exactly what a Breen looks like. We just have to figure out who Todd Slayton is.
I don't think that's how that works, Ryan.
I think that's exactly how that works. There's not really a good picture of him. There's some good pictures of him as an alien. All right, let me put... There we go. That's what the Breen looks like. That very blurry, grainy image. That's Thought Gore. That's a good trade. 1,000,000 people for a shipyard? Good deal.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, Thought's a Breen military rank. You don't know Thought Gore? Of course Thought is a rank. Apparently, there's a lot of Breen cosplayers on the internet. You may have heard of them.
Why do you ask?
Me or the founder?
The founder.
Okay. I mean, surely it's just a big EMP, right? Does the ship not work as a Faraday cage? I guess, does a Faraday cage work in space?
Yes.
The thing about a Faraday cage is that the electromagnetic waves just can't get through the little holes in it. So if something is completely encased in metal like a starship is, the energy's still going to be on the outside of the ship. So the question is just, does it go inside?
Well,
from
the reason a Faraday cage works is that the Faraday cage, I believe, is grounded. So
there's no grounding in space.
There's no grounding in space. But I have a little pocket, a Mylar thing that you can put a cell phone in, and it blocks the cell phone signal completely. And so that's not grounded.
It touches you. And you're grounded.
E, E. She knows.
Is Kira's...
Tangled webs we weave.
I feel like Kira's ridges are getting less pronounced. She
As her
barely even
character gets
has
more
She
ridges
only had
developed.
anymore.
forehead ridges as well. I remember. And they were called Bajora.
Yeah. They even got rid of Ro's forehead ridges.
Rose.
Yeah, Ro.
Oh, her little V, her little chevron
Yeah.
at the top.
When you row your ridges.
I mean, you know what? If I
Not even a joke.
Okay. Martok, that just looks weird. Martok in a robe? It's wrong. Oh, but he's unconscious. Oh, we can fix his eye while he's out. He can't protest. He's unconscious.
This does seem very ethical, Ryan.
Julian's already violated medical ethics this episode and last episode. Don't worry about it. He's violated medical ethics many times. It's fine. Just regrow his eye. Or put in a artificial one. Doesn't matter. Don't you see, Gowron? So, yeah, how about that non-interference in other cultures? Are we gonna stick to that, or maybe we should just casually order the assassination of a foreign leader?
I can hear you, but sometimes you come in and out.
We're just going to casually order the
Discord
assassination
thing.
of a foreign leader.
To be fair, it's a legal assassination. This is very different from just killing Martok.
What you're saying? What were you saying?
Or Gowron, I mean.
Yes. We don't want to kill Martok. Martok's cool. Except for the weird reluctance to get an eye. God, when do we get to kill Gol Rusat? Do we get to kill him in this episode? I think we get to kill him in this one.
I like that Deep Space Nine actually uses Kirk Fu. It's something that I miss.
The double hammer fist is very important.
Mhm.
Oh, her ridges are more pronounced now. They fixed her ridges. What happened in the last scene?
Where's Garrick to say I told you so?
He's up on the ridge. The drama ridge. It's where everybody stands. Oh, yeah. Sisko's intolerance about Klingon rituals. There was that time when Worf tried to assassinate someone, And Cisco got so angry about it, but now it's in his best interest. So he's fine.
Someone actually said to kill him.
Yep.
They never actually say to kill someone.
It's Garrick. Garrick's always saying to kill people. He loves killing people. It's his favorite pastime.
True. There's often more circuitous in his wording than that.
But wait, Martok, remember when the Klingons were at war with themselves and people were challenging Gowron and that was fine? Was that okay? Why is it different now? Is that a violation of continuity in my Star Trek? I thought a warrior does not postpone a matter of honor.
Ryan.
Yes, that's me.
You
I'm Ryan.
You don't poke at the Deep Space Nine canon. Come on.
Oh, okay.
It's only the new Trek that you can punch holes in the canon, okay?
Oh, what do you mean? New Trek as in canon?
Yes, it is. It's canon.
No, it isn't. Because I said so.
Oh, because you personally don't like it, of course.
Yes.
That is how it works.
See what Worf just said? That's
No,
You know why I'm right.
I didn't hear what Worf just said. But if you kill him, then you get to be Chancellor. You could sit behind a desk again, Martok.
He doesn't want to be Chancellor. He really doesn't want to be Chancellor. Stop trying to make him do stuff he doesn't want to do, man.
But I want to make him do stuff he doesn't want to do.
His body, his choice.
That's the same thing with his eye. Why do you want to make him get a different eye? Bodily autonomy, man.
Yeah, the episode with O'Brien and Bashir going into the guy's brain is the next episode, yes.
A small problem.
I want to wreck Tajino.
Good. Yes, excellent. We killed Damar's family. Good. That they weren't helpful to the resistance. They weren't going to do anything. So that just gives Damar more motivation to kill the Dominion. Perfect. What kind of state does that, Damar? Who would do such a thing? Yeah, that's a little dark. It's you can forget sometimes that the show Deep Space Nine literally started with the Holocaust. A nice little callback to that. Comes up occasionally.
The Mar redemption arc. Kinda.
How many deeds redeem a man of a lifetime of wickedness?
Is this a triangle ship?
No.
One epic deed is required,
it
and it also
kinda
requires your
is.
death.
It has
Your
it
depth.
has a little bit of the kit bash from the triangle. It has that circle thing on the top. That's reused. But the shape of the ship is more like the slug cruiser.
The slug cruiser.
Yeah, the slug cruiser.
FTL?
Yes.
Oh, what?
Oh.
FTL, man.
Oh.
FTL faster than light. For some reason, the game is titled Faster Than Light, Faster Than Light, but what are you going to do? So if she's still a member of the House of Martok, then that seems to imply that she's still Jadzia. Or do you give the House of
Yeah,
Martok to the symbiote?
Successor.
It's the Dax.
She's like,
I think Dax is a member of the House of Martok as well. Not just Jadzia.
So if they had like a House of Martok family tree, are Jadzia and Ezri going to be different people, or is it just Dax?
She'll just be a descendant of Jadzia. Klingon honor is apparently quite flexible in this matter.
Apparently. Klingon honor is flexible whenever it's convenient, really. Kimpek was alright. Well, no. Kimpek kind of sucked.
Extremely
Gowron kind of sucks.
dishonorable.
Yeah. Yeah, no, maybe the Empire's awful. Also the whole, like, slavery thing. And the...
That's just their culture. Fine.
Oh, okay. The whole conquering other cultures, folding them into the Empire.
Yeah, it's very progressive, isn't it?
Okay. Yeah, look how much of a slug cruiser that is.
It does look like the Slug Cruiser.
Sluggo Cola?
The slimiest coal in the galaxy.
In the galaxy.
It's called In the Galaxy.
But well, they say in the show that
That
slogan
episode's not
doesn't
as
really
bad as
appeal to
people
women,
say.
but I noticed the only woman here is the one who sung along to it.
It's because it makes
wait,
your teeth that emerald green.
Oh, wow, okay.
Oh! That's the Nazi.
The Nazi?
Yeah, that guy plays a Nazi in Voyager.
Oh. It does look like the Nazi in Voyager.
The voice is very distinctive. Also, I just rewatched that episode like last week. So. Yeah, it's totally him. I don't know his name.
Nazi.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In the
just say his
Voyager
name and
episode
make
where it's the
everybody
Going on
holodeck.
infiltration missions when he used to be the leader of the Cardassian Union.
Don't worry
A
about it.
union?
When his face was on those giant screens all over Cardassia Prime.
Mm-hmm.
Very
This does not
sneaky.
seem wise.
He was also one, yes. That's correct. How many characters has that guy done? Star Trek Voyager Nazi guy.
Nazi guy. You
I
mean
don't know
the
his name.
in the hologram, the holodeck
Ah.
simulation with the erosion?
Yeah. J. Paul Boehmer. Star Trek. Let's see what he does. Yeah, he was the 29th Century Borg 1. He was the German SS officer. He apparently his character in this is named Vornar. And he was a few people in Star Trek Bridge Commander. He was another Nazi in Enterprise. Oh, in the Enterprise episode Carbon Creek, he was the Vulcan that got obsessed with human culture and went to live with them.
Really? Carbon Creek is probably my favorite episode of Enterprise.
Well, that's him.
It's extremely watchable.
No, it definitely was necessary to kill them.
Yeah, I would have killed them all.
The Jem'Hadar weren't very good in that combat situation, were they?
Okay, they're mad about killing the bridge crew, but they're not mad about Kira gassing everyone in the ship.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's just Neurazine. They're going to sleep.
Oh, I thought that's
Sleepy
very
time.
Well, it's all depending on the dosage. Maybe Kira's just not specifying.
I'm sure no one will like fall into a reactor or something and get vaporized.
Or a nacelle control room?
Wouldn't the brain be okay since they're in a sealed suit?
Well, it's a refrigeration suit. It still has to take in air. It's not like a spacesuit.
Or is it?
I am very well. For one, the Jem'Hadar are always trash in combat. They're never good.
They're built
But
up to
I
be like
am glad-
amazing at first when they destroy the Odyssey, and then after that, meh.
But I am glad that Garrick was willing to use gun on man.
Guns don't kill people. Garrick does.
It definitely looked like the gun killed some people. Several of them. It's working just fine now. Everything's fine here. Thank you.
Situation's normal. How are you? You're gonna send someone down? No, no, don't do that. Yep, reactor leak.
So the
Also, isn't
Yes?
Rusat's panic here about leaving on time for them also just like a worse idea? Because they'd be like, "Hey, that ship isn't supposed to leave for another 45 minutes. What are they doing?"
Goruzat just kind of sucks in general.
Yeah, he's a moron.
Put goo in weird thing.
But I'm a little concerned at Dominion security. They couldn't tell that she was speaking Bajoran.
Yes, instead of Dominionese.
Yes. I think that is the official language name, yes.
I know. I think it's funny that they went back to that. You learned Dominionese? Well, yeah.
Am I going to do Star Wars watch-alongs? I don't know, man. We've got like 3 years of Star Trek left. I'm not going to worry about it right now.
Star Wars.
Star
Wars.
Rebellion is by no
Oh,
means a
man.
proper activity for a gentleman.
I bet that Bashir and O'Brien would really like Star Wars
Probably.
if they were allowed to watch Star Wars.
Agreed.
I bet they do Star Wars holo programs.
Mm-hmm.
This operative, come on, we know it's Sloan. There's only one Section 31 officer. We know this. It's a one-man agency.
Remember when O'Brien was Falcon
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
with his silly eye patch?
It was a beautiful eye patch. Don't make fun of his eye patch.
Why is this crab cake like a roll?
I don't know. Hang on, let me
Does
look
DS9
at
not know
pictures
what a
of crab
crab
cakes.
cake
I don't know
is?
what crab cakes are supposed to look like.
I'm pretty sure he was eating like an egg roll.
Okay, I looked up pictures of crab cakes. That looks nothing like what he had. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he ate an egg roll.
Well, egg rolls are all right.
Well, it's the 24th century, so like over the past several hundred years, the idea of what a crab cake is has either evolved or been forgotten.
Maybe
Okay.
crab
That's-
cakes and egg roll has had like convergent evolution. It
Yeah.
became the same thing.
Oh god, the eyes.
Converged into the
The
same
eyes.
thing. I have eyes to
He's just doing what Garrick did, where he's staring a man down to intimidate him. The eyes. The terrible eyes.
How many chancellors has Worf deposed? How many coups has he been involved in?
Oh, just
He
the
helped
At least
Gowron
three,
come to
right?
power by killing Duras.
Yeah, and Duros with Kempek or whatever. Or did he do that on his own?
Well, he killed
No,
Duras for revenge.
That's still involvement.
Duras and Gowron were both in the running for Kempak's position. And he killed Duras because Duras killed his girlfriend.
I don't know. They weren't really dating at the time. It was complicated.
Well, you
They
get
had
what
made
I mean.
it actually.
They had mated. They were mated. He had bit him, or he had bit her, or whatever.
Yeah,
She
but
bit him.
from
He
Kalar's
made
point of view, it
her
was a
hand
one-night
bleed.
stand.
No, they finished the vows. He made her hand bleed with her fingernails.
Yeah, Worf says that if Kalar doesn't take the vows, the night has no meaning, and that's why he's mad.
Look
Well,
at their
I mean, that was
dorky
the
Klingon
episode that they
table
first
that they
banged.
had imported. Can you believe that? They imported a shitty Klingon table with holes in it.
Yeah,
Of the DS9.
why not? It's more dramatic.
Your smooth top tables are too comfortable for our Klingon hands to rest on.
For their Klingon paperwork.
Worf
Why
could
is
have
this
killed
not
him
playing the
there,
Amok
but
Time
instead he
music?
just punched him.
So
It should be
I think-
Amok Time, yeah.
Sorry.
And Moon, you'll be happy to know that that video is uploaded and scheduled to go live tomorrow.
Yes. I'm hyped.
Okay. I mean, it's only like 20 seconds long. It wasn't actually that long of a scene.
Based on what we know about Klingon physiology, doesn't Gowron die a little easy here? Like, he should be able to survive what Worf does to him.
Worf stabbed him in both his hearts simultaneously.
He's
It's
good.
a deep lore.
That's the
I think
name of the
Klingons only have-
stream.
I think Klingons only have one heart, but it's got 8 chambers instead of 4.
That was
I
a
thought they
better
had 2 hearts and 4 lungs.
that was a better name for the episode, Ryan, than whatever they did.
Tacking
Into the
into
wind.
the wind?
Yeah.
Oh god, do we have to bring this back? It was cringy the first time.
No,
No,
it's
but
cool. They even used
I
it in
like it.
Discovery. That's how cool it is.
I like it, but it's unnecessary.
Well, hang on, Martok. You said this was going to be horribly dishonorable before. You seem so
Yeah,
happy about
that's-
it now.
Well, it's only dishonorable if you fail. If
I'm
you
so-
succeed, then you're the Chancellor.
I'm so glad you said that, Ryan, because after 7 seasons of TNG and Deep Space Nine, I think I've concluded that like Klingon honor is just a pretense for whatever you want to do. Because
Yes.
like at the beginning, honor demands that you go into battle at Gowron's command, and at the end, honor demands that you kill Gowron because he's doing what you.
Hang on, real quick
originally
while we're
defended
still
him for
here.
doing.
All the Klingons in the background look like the episode Apocalypse Rising, where the crew is disguised as Klingons. Like there's the O'Brien Klingon on the right, and to the left of the O'Brien Klingon is the Odo Klingon. They look so
Got
similar.
the Shakespeare quote in there.
That's funny.
Right.
And how is this honorable for Martok to accept the crown when Worf did the fighting for him? Makes no sense.
No one has to know.
Because when he was emperor for that 1 second, he gets to decide who's next one.
Okay. Okay. Good point,
He just
Argos.
immediately abdicated.
He abdicated immediately. Thank you. Okay. Thanks,
He still has
guys.
to
This
fill
is
out
why.
the paperwork.
This is why you have
The
smart
paperwork
brains.
is that big jacket. Here you go. Bye.
This episode is. We don't see Odo like this for long, but
They really love this makeup.
needs
in
a new
fact,
coat
they
of
did
paint.
it like earlier when Garrick was torturing Odo. And
Yeah,
they
the
did it on other
flakes.
occasions as well. They love this effect.
Flakes
To the
coming
point of
off
it
of
getting
him.
old.
Gorosat, what are you complaining about? The plan is going perfectly. Literally nothing has gone wrong.
Yeah, even he was the changeling female, and he was able to kill the Jem'Hadar.
I was gonna say, he'll kill one of his own people for a nice meal.
Yeah, we can just leave Gorosat.
You know, I think it just shows how well written it is, because there's no way that as a Bajoran she can stomach serving the Cardassians, and as a Cardassian he can learn how to be a guerrilla warfare from a
They're still
Bajoran.
having a great time. Gorosat's not having a great time.
His Cardassia is dead.
And neither will he.
Bye, Rusat. At least we still have Vaughn. Vaughn's really the important one.
I mean, it's very interesting because most of this arc has so many parallels to World War II, more than I realized. But Truman integrated the army racially in 1949, and like very controversial. But you know, at the end of the day, the military is a professional organization, and their job is to get the job done. So that was done probably easier than any other federal agency.
Man shoot gun, doesn't matter what color.
Right.
What about what color the gun is?
Doesn't matter.
Okay. Just checking.
The cheapest paint will do just fine.
You know, like I was saying, it's kind of weird to say, but when Germany was losing the war and the Russians were coming in from the east, and then they show in that film where everybody loves to parody with subtitles what Hitler's saying, Unter the Fall, the
Yeah,
down.
Untergang.
Yeah, thank you.
It's a good movie.
It really is, but the most intense part is at the end when Germany's losing, and obviously, you know, the public might have supported the war, the party at the beginning, but you know, surely the children, like, I mean, the Soviets were raping and pillaging their way to the center. You hope you'd be conquered by the Americans, and even then, though, you know, like the Nazis also turned on their own people, right? Because it was just they were a gang by then. So the Cardassians too, you feel bad for them, and it's hard to feel bad for someone who's, you know, clearly not sympathetic. But
Pretty sure the Nazis' whole platform was turning on their own people, just certain kinds of them.
yeah, but they show at the end that they put like guns in little boys' hands and told them to like go defend the city when they knew it was hopeless. So it was like at that point, like, shouldn't you like at least tell your people to surrender? The surrender's coming, but it's like you're just sacrificing them like you know, fodder.
Surrender is dishonorable.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, according to the movie anyway, at the end, Hitler was most disgusted by his own people having failed him.
Yeah,
Like, so
I mean,
kind of follows
but
that he wouldn't, that he'd be quite okay with them dying.
The Allied fire bombings killed more people than Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Dresden was terrible. There was a Church of Paul and Peter in Leipzig that was like from the Reformation era. It was like the Protestant Vatican, and it was like a whole ashes block.
Hey, but you're forgetting one thing.
All right, hang
The
on.
Allies
1 minute
won,
to the
so
next
we're the
episode.
good guys.
Extreme measures. And the reason you can see the chat on the left side of the YouTube stream is in case I need to like re-upload for some reason, like something went wonky. That'll get rid of the chat, and now we have the log still, so the log is fine.
I feel bad for Cardassians sometimes.
I've had to re-upload a couple times, and we lost the chat log, so we added that in.
So, you feel bad for Cardassians?
And Germany at
Cardassian
the end
civilians?
of the war. And Germany. I mean, of course, I feel bad for their victims much more, but you know, people are still people. They're innocent, like especially children and civilians.
People are people. That's true.
Oftentimes, yes. But what if they're a shapeshifter? But for
People are
now,
people
press
until
play
they're
in
not,
5,
Ryan.
4, 3, 2, 1, play. The last episode for today, Extreme Measures.
You know,
with director Sloan.
Shapeshifters. I figured, how does Odo hear? Because he doesn't
Very
have...
well, thanks for asking.
The same way we hear. He senses vibrations. His whole body has an eardrum.
Okay.
He doesn't even have ear holes.
He doesn't need them. His whole body has an eardrum. His whole body has his eyes. His eyes are just there as a friendly representation for people.
So, why did they come back from Cardassia? Just because Odo's sick? I feel like they're not done.
No, they dropped off the ship with a weapon so that they could give it to the Federation.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You'll have to forgive me. That happened a whole, 3 minutes ago. It's hard to remember that far. Anyway, today it is currently 59 degrees Fahrenheit with a southeasterly wind 4 miles per hour. Doing its best to keep the wildfire smoke away, but it's not doing a great job now. The wind's dying down a little bit, so some of the smoke is starting to make its way over here.
Oh.
It's time you learned how to tame that fire.
They're working on it.
You know, the funny thing is, the bigger a fire gets, the harder it is to tame.
You don't
really?
say.
Wow.
How could that be?
It's a
I
thing.
I can't remember where this was. There was a wildfire and this guy had kind of like a rural house cabin type situation, and he put sprinklers. He put all his sprinklers on. He put sprinklers on his roof, and he just opened all the taps and evacuated, and his house actually survived.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've also seen people dig fire stops around their property, or burn a trench around their property. I've also seen people for floods build barriers around.
Okay, but if it's the day of,
don't build
just
your house
go.
out of wood.
Don't start building a trench around your house.
Just leave.
And Ryan,
Well,
you said before, leave in 20 minutes. Don't
You
even
should build a
pack
boat.
everything.
I think we talked about this before, right? And I was watching a video of someone driving back down their street after a wildfire had come through, and there was cars with skeletons, with hardly even skeletons left. And he's like, "Oh, these people. When I was evacuating, I told them to leave, and the guy said he was waiting for his wife to put on her makeup, and here they are in their car, skeletons."
Yeah, wildfires in certain instances can outrun your car. So if one is coming, just leave.
Good point.
Plus, if you're in a lot of heat, your car could just stop, and then you're really screwed.
Someone's gold jewelry had melted from the heat of the fire, so they found their melted gold next to them.
Yeah, I'm in California, so half the state is on fire. But it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Gives me,
it's always
gives me an idea.
It's pretty.
Go salvage the.
It's not so bad in
melted gold.
Colorado, yeah, you can. It's not so bad in Colorado. Like they haven't had any huge ones this year. They were pretty big last year. So some states, I don't know. I think California's doing better than New Mexico and Arizona right now.
Well, I can check the United States fire map.
Oregon's also in a but not good spot. But
Yeah, who needs organs?
Hey,
It looks like
another
Arizona. Oh wait, no, that's a temperature map. Hang on.
another not funny thing is like people were standing with shotguns on the road to like their house because they heard
What are they
like
going to do?
thieves are
Shoot
coming in.
fire?
No, because thieves are coming in because once people evacuate, no one's here. They know thieves could go into their house, so they were just making sure that whoever was going into the neighborhood was like truly a first responder, not a thief or anything. So like people were getting killed because they just looked, like a criminal or something.
So it looks like Nevada and Arizona are okay. Arizona has some fires. Oregon's doing pretty rough right now. There's a really big one in the south of Oregon. Did I say
Yeah, there's
Florida?
4 in Oregon. Like
Are you telling me that the logistical might of the United States can't tame one fire?
This fire is
Again-
bigger than England, man.
No,
You know what?
I
You know what?
refuse. I
Actually,
refuse to believe
so-
that all of your hardware combined can't get rid of that fire.
I have a solution. Okay. Have you ever heard of an oil
rid of
rig
the
fire
forest?
that they use dynamite? They use dynamite to put it out because they set up dynamite directly above the fire and it consumes all the oxygen and snuffs out the fire in one big woof. So
Okay, again,
you
we're
just set
talking
up a
about a
nuke
wildfire
this
the
fire?
size of England here.
Well, you
Yeah.
use a nuke. Okay.
No.
I'm just saying
Oh,
we've
you
got
want to
them.
nuke Oregon?
We should use them. Well,
You could use a
know,
neutron
if it
bomb.
stops the fire.
Are you not concerned that setting off a nuke in Oregon might start other fires?
It's funny. I was
Well, Oregon
interviewing.
won't be there. Isn't
I
that
was
the upside to that?
I was interviewing some kind of weather scientist before they were coming, meteorologist before they were coming on my show that I was interning for, and he said people ask him, "Why don't we just nuke the eye of a hurricane to stop it?" People imagine that like
That was
one nuclear
a
bomb-
plan.
one nuclear bomb
That
can
was a
actually
plan.
stop a force of nature. Like forces of nature are way stronger than an atomic bomb. I'd say.
Okay.
A nuclear bomb is really powerful, and it probably would dissipate some hurricanes.
The problem
but
is
if
the
you
fallout.
wouldn't
No,
stop a
It-
hurricane.
do absolutely do
spread
not
so
nuke a
far.
hurricane.
The
Do
problem
not
is
nuke a
the problem is if it
hurricane.
doesn't if it doesn't dissipate the hurricane, you now have a radioactive hurricane.
Well,
coming.
it might
Just
create
go
like an
bomb.
opening in the hurricane, but hurricanes are so big that
Yeah.
you would need to set off so many nukes. You would just create nuclear winter.
Yeah.
Like we have 100 megaton nuclear bombs.
Right.
These aren't the 25 kiloton atomic
Yeah, but
bombs we got on
hurricanes are
Hiroshima.
hundreds
It's
of
an end to the
miles
Cisco
in
as a
diameter.
Section 31
Yeah.
agent discussion we're having.
But by the way, O'Brien came up with this idea.
No,
So-
no. Silence. Section 31. Cisco, continue.
Yeah, someone here is saying that Cisco may have been in on the Section 31 thing in the Bellerophon episode
Might have been.
on Romulus.
Mm-hmm.
But like, if he was, like, he would have told Section 31 about this.
No. Okay, but here's the thing. At this point, like this is for Odo, right? So he's not gonna
Mhm.
do anything to harm Odo because Cisco's loyal to his people.
You
I
think he's
don't know, I
loyal
feel
to
like he
Odo
would do
more than
things-
Section 31?
I feel like he would
Cisco
harm
is a
Odo if it
major.
helped the war.
Oh, absolutely. I don't think Cisco cares about Odo that much.
You know what? I will say my opinion of the show is that it's much darker than I thought on the first run, and the first one was watching it live and also probably subsequent. But yeah, it goes into even the blood of the innocent Vedek that activates the Paraith book. Like that's really some kind of sinister magic.
He has a
So-
name. His name is Soulbore.
thank you.
And the book is the cost.
library-
Yeah, it's a thing you eat between meals to like cleanse your palate.
Sorbet.
So far.
This show goes a lot of places that I don't think, like fictionally, that like
But one of the main complaints was that they didn't go anywhere.
It may have gone.
That's
a little
not true.
too far.
They moved
Yeah,
like,
I think they
a little bit in the first episode.
True. They moved out of
Triangle,
orbit.
second to last triangle. That doesn't count.
Yeah, it's just the intro triangle.
I know, but with the intros almost, we're gonna have no more intros next week.
What do you mean second to last? It's not even the penultimate episode yet.
Yeah, third to last.
It's the penultimate stream.
Yeah. And it's the last show of the penultimate stream, so it is the penultimate. Yeah.
Anyway, if we could use quantum torpedoes on a hurricane, that might do the trick.
No, don't bomb a hurricane. You're just going to cause so
Why
many more
not?
problems than the hurricane would cause.
Just do it up in the atmosphere, that's fine.
Did you? We might have mentioned this before a long time ago, but did you know that
Fish skeleton.
Just about
there
the
was a
Tacking,
plan?
whatever.
There was a plan that if the United States couldn't beat the Russians to the moon, that we would use nuclear bombs to destroy the moon.
Yeah, you can't do that. It doesn't work.
No.
You probably could
We don't
now.
have the power to destroy the moon, I'm very sorry to say.
Oh,
I
I
had
don't know
heard.
about that.
What do you mean you're sorry to say?
There was some program that
No, but he has a very high opinion of our
our a-
greatness. Sorry.
if I don't think the premise is right there, but there was definitely a plan to nuke the moon, but it's not for
Yes.
that reason.
But it was a
I don't remember
stupid
what
plan
the
because you
reason was.
can't.
If you destroy the moon, what do you think it's
Not
gonna
even
fall?
the USA is that dumb. Come on.
I mean,
The USA had a
everyone can
senator
have min
argue that,
rocks.
what was it, Vietnam was going to tip over
yeah.
into the ocean?
No. No, it was
Nixon
there
wanted
was
to
a there was
nuke
an
Vietnam.
atoll. There's a little island in the middle Pacific that we use, have a runway, and we have like a refueling station, and there's like a base. But it's just
Wow.
it's a tiny little island. And there was a senator who was like, if we put so many people on it, will it capsize? And they're like, it's an island, so no.
Only in America.
So it
There in
capsized?
Indiana,
It's,
they
you
tried
see,
to
it's
legislate
'cause-
that pi equals 3.
Yeah.
It's because they were thinking about
They
the island like
thought
an
that meant
aircraft
that
carrier.
everyone
Whole
would get
state
3
of engineers.
pies.
Can you believe that?
Unfortunately, it
They-
doesn't.
They thought that that meant everybody would get 3 pies. Okay, there was a little bit of confusion.
I'd prefer to have 3.14 pies than 3 pies.
I don't know, I feel
Rather
like you could get
Representative
slightly
worries
more pi
pies.
than that. Like
Will
0.001592655
More
pies
than
more
one.
than that.
I'd say I'd rather have pies than 3 pies.
So Pi
So-
Day shouldn't
Looks
be
like wow. Sorry,
Never mind.
sorry to my roommate.
Pi Day should be when we're 3.1415,
yeah.
whatever, 9
So the-
percent around the planet.
There's a
So
little
it was a
9365358979323383227.
Yeah, when we're
So
that
it
far
was-
around the sun, that's Pi Day.
That's impressive.
It was Democratic Representative Hank Johnson from Georgia who asked if Guam would capsize if we put too many people on the base.
Oh,
It's because it's an aircraft carrier.
yeah,
think
but
about
If people end up in power.
yeah.
Democracy is how people like that end up in power.
So this is the first time
That's-
literally anyone else has ever seen Sloan, other than Ross.
The difference is with democracy, you can vote for the idiot, but without it, you can't. You just get some idiot.
That seems overly defeatist.
I think the one thing, I don't want to be too realistic, but they wouldn't send this guy. They would just send somebody like a goon to like go destroy the line.
Goon.
Yeah.
Why is Sloan the one doing this? They say that Sloan they had to send Sloan because he knows about the cure. And so he has to know what he's looking for, so he's the one who knows it. Why does Sloan know the cure? Do they not have doctors?
Yeah. Did he make the virus? Because that's what's kind of necessarily implied here, almost.
No, he just got people together who made the virus.
But the other thing is, they made the virus beyond Bashir's reach. But when he said, "I got it," they probably just thought, "Oh well, we underestimated his intelligence."
Mhm. I do like that they just shoot him. and then put him in
very
a fucking
efficient.
closet.
It was
Thank
gun
you,
on man.
Bashir.
It's the penultimate episode.
It's still not okay.
It's the
But
anti-penultimate episode.
it's the penultimate. Yes. But yeah, I'm very glad that Julian was willing to use gun on man.
Yeah, same.
He got him square in the chest too.
I wouldn't think you know any about it.
Yeah, I wouldn't think he knew anything about it.
Or just the thing labeled as Odo's cure. Or you
Yeah.
can just destroy the whole lab.
Oh yes, too
Would it be,
sloppy, of
though?
course.
By the way, so they've taken the room. It looks like Jake and Nog's room, but this has become
Who
like
is Jake and Nog's room? Maybe Nog is like assigned to the Rotaran or something, and
and
he's
and so
gone.
they've turned it into like
And
a
Jake is off
Starfleet-
writing about it.
Starfleet black site to deal with
Mhm.
CIA black sites.
I mean, look, if Section 31 is looking for a caption agent, would their first place to think of would be Nog and Jake's room?
And for the first time in his life, Sloane feels fear.
Sloan, more like slow.
Okay.
I feel like he should be in a restraining field that prevents him from doing this.
Where
Yes.
did Bashir get this mind reader?
But like
control
prevent him
technology
from clamping down on his teeth to break the capsule.
Because I'm pretty
But
sure
they want him
psychic
to
probes
talk.
aren't Federation technology.
No, that's a Romulan mind probe.
Yeah.
Why couldn't they just get a Vulcan to do this?
Yeah, but Bashir's totally extra legal here. Because this captain doesn't even know that he's using Romulan technology.
That would
Cool.
implicate him,
It's
so
a
of
Section
course he would.
31 agent.
Yeah. I mean, you got to tell your
It's-
commanding officer if you're going to take a few steps like that.
Not really. The Federation denies Section 31's existence.
If a Vulcan doctor suspects their patient is just drug seeking, do they mind meld to get their intentions?
No, that would be unethical.
I
Well,
doubt that Vulcans would
they
do
kiss him
that,
on the
though.
mouth.
There's got to be a there's got to be a code of ethics regarding Vulcan mind melts that we never got to see.
Well, you definitely don't mind meld someone against their will.
And Spock does it to
tell that
Bones.
to
It would be
Spock.
common
They
sense.
do that all the
It
time.
was an emergency.
That was a national security emergency, so this is too.
When there's an emergency,
Well, this is
morality can be bent.
I mean, this is my friend is dying, which is not exactly a national
Either-
security emergency.
Either you have those pillars of ethics, or you don't. Like you don't bend them.
Here you do.
That's what I'm saying. You if you
Ethics are
bend them, then
malleable.
do you really have them? I mean,
You can't break the
In
laws
Don't
of
Bend Them,
ethics,
the Prime
but
Directive
you
has been
can
broken a
bend them.
total of 9 times by Picard.
yeah. Well, I mean, but mind probing a person is like pretty crazy when you think about it. Like, because they know, they talk about it later, that it's gonna cause damage. Like if he's in there too long or something.
Look, I don't think that if this guy had a cure for your friend, I don't think you'd mind destroying his mind a little bit to get the cure.
Yeah, and they created the virus and then they gave it to Odo,
You-
so they brought it upon
You
themselves. when they
wouldn't
used
mind
Odo.
destroying his mind.
he created the virus and then he gave it to Odo. So they brought the Wrath of the Deep Space Nine crew when they used their friend for a biological weapon.
Okay, so
The
in this
delivery
episode,
method.
they developed
Yeah.
a technological mind meld. Are they ever
Right.
going to use it again, though?
Uh-oh.
They made a
No.
piece of breakthrough technology, and it's never
Yeah.
going to come up again.
Maybe
Forgot
this
to
is what they used
play
in Star Trek Picard when the androids mind meld with Picard.
See,
Maybe they used the
first it's like two little things, and then it becomes like a big wired in like brain control thing.
The androids in Picard are really weird. I'm just put that out there. They're really weird. It's like
they
a cult.
It's like they put
Star Trek
two.
Picard is really weird.
It's like they
You're
put
really
two
weird.
3090s and wired it into his
Yes.
brain.
But I'm not as weird as Star Trek Picard, that's for sure.
How are you going with him? Did you build a second headset?
Mm-hmm.
Picard had space flowers, giant space flowers that were eating ships.
Orchids, specifically.
This doesn't make them not flowers.
That's why I said specifically, not...
Yes.
They're specifically orchids.
Yeah, but it's just weird.
His brain's gonna die. Get the
Okay,
cure.
so both of them are going under, and they're not getting anyone in here to supervise. They're not calling the captain, who already knows about their scheme.
Not even Jake to just like stand there.
They would just like
So
write a
why-
scary story about it.
A race of beings that are purely technological would develop space weapons that are entirely biological somehow.
Well, I assume they're
mean,
not actually real orchids that they grew in a
Jurassic-
garden.
Read Jurassic Park. That's what it's about, or the movie or whatever.
I'm pretty sure they are actually organic giant space orchids.
No, I don't know if that's correct, but giant organic space orchids is the most Star Trek thing I've ever heard.
You know, trashing the technology and the ethics of it aside, I really love that we go into Sloane's mind and like how it's a turbo lift and how things don't make sense sometimes because he's trying to mess with us.
No, you could be falling at a
This is
constant
just-
rate. It's just a matter of acceleration, O'Brien.
The reason why the inside of Sloane's mind looks like Starfleet headquarters and Deep Space Nine is because they didn't want to build any new sets.
Yeah. Well, it was either the station or the cave.
He's
And those are
always
the only
thinking about
drops, or a
Starfleet
runabout.
headquarters. That's what he is. He defends the Federation from all enemies, foreign and domestic. So his mind is just Starfleet headquarters.
Now, okay. I have
To my
many times
mind.
criticized Sloane's weird solid leather outfit, but I don't know if this is better.
You know, honestly, Sloane's outfit is better than 99% of what Federation civilians wear.
True.
But it looks like he's meeting them in their pajamas or something. Like
I don't know what it is with this show and consistently making the worst civilian clothing ever.
In the future,
and it's
civilians
so
don't care about
consistent.
fashion.
Maybe that's it.
or like a
Maybe-
Hawaiian
maybe that's
shirt
it.
almost.
Everybody has futuristic versions of Cosby sweaters in the future. Okay.
Remember
Sure.
Jake Sisko's one-piece bus seat?
I don't think we call them Cosby sweaters
I remember.
anymore.
I remember.
Roofie sweaters?
His voice is garbled. Did you notice that?
No, I didn't notice. Wow, what a twist.
yeah.
That's a plot point in the episode.
Uh-huh.
The subtitles say electronically garbled voice.
Remember the time when they were inside of Bashir's mind? And there was like a Garrick.
Yes.
I don't remember that.
And Bashir was getting older.
I don't. Okay, wait. Was I talking about the rules of curses yesterday, or was that on someone else's stream on Friday?
Hmm.
Does anyone remember talking about the rules of curses and how we?
The 3? I'm not sure though.
I don't think so.
Okay, so that must have been the other stream on Stellaris. But
Stellaris?
yes,
We play
Every
Stellaris.
every Friday, I
Do we
do
play
a
Star Trek Stellaris?
sometimes.
Yes. Can I join?
Yeah, it's
play
someone
Stellaris.
else's stream that I join every Friday. But what I was wanting to say is, why does Slow know the rules of his curse exactly? He knows that he's not allowed to tell them until they come to the wardroom specifically.
The rules of his curse.
His garbled voice.
Sorry, what is the rules of the curse that you said on the other stream?
Well, you were talking about curses, I think. I think that was you, and then.
Yes, Macbeth.
And how do people work out how curses work? How do the pirates in Pirates of the Caribbean know that you need to return every coin with blood? Why do they know that?
Coincidence, probably. How does any superstition emerge?
So how is Sloane pulling in the rule of the curse here? Well, how is he cursed? He said he's cursed.
He can't speak.
Oh.
Tell people the thing until they come to the wardroom.
Dispel magic.
Oh, it's like his mouth turns into a zipper, basically.
Like
No,
the
for
scene
this
in
you
The
wouldn't want to
Matrix.
dispel magic. There's specifically a spell called Remove Curse you'd want.
What good is a phone call if you don't have a mouth?
Speaking of Remove Curse, in D&D, an in-person campaign I was doing some time ago, there was this major plot point. I was like, oh, you have
You
to
play
go on this
D&D
great
with other
adventure
people
and
in
help
person?
cure this person of the
parties?
curse that's plagued their family for generations. It's just like, I cast Remove Curse. We did it.
Luther.
And did it work?
Yes. Because it removes
Wow.
curses very explicitly. It's like, what's the big deal? It's like a 3rd level spell. Why didn't you do this yourself? You could have hired someone.
If it weren't for them, I wouldn't be here. If it weren't for them, I wouldn't be dead right now or dying.
Yes, exactly.
That's dark, isn't it? Remember for
He's
these
seems
guys.
Thanks for
He's content
releasing
with it. He's
me
happy
from this.
mortal coil.
Thanks for killing me.
And he invites them to the wardroom to eulogize himself.
Yeah, he knows these other people aren't real. He wanted real people around to hear him.
In reality, his family's going to wonder why he never came home that day. And they're
So
never
does
going to
Section
find
31
out.
a human interest
He has a family at all.
One day Luther went out to get cigarettes.
because they
Luther.
existed before the Federation.
Do we ever see someone with a purse?
Oh, he put the leather back.
That might be our first Star Trek purse.
I think
Oh,
Dax has it in Troubles and Tribulations, but they're in the 60s.
That's not purse, it's a tricorder.
Sorry.
Hang on, I was about to call out. It's like, wait, he just dropped the pad. Why can't they just pick up the pad at that point?
Yeah.
But no, O'Brien specifically looked where the pad landed and recognized that it wasn't there anymore. They thought of it.
Yeah.
I thought
Because
basically the first part of Inception.
Yeah,
Like-
for sure. More
Yeah,
like
it's
Tenet
all
at this point.
Well, no, I mean,
Is it faux leather, or does Section 31's moral ambiguity even lead to murdering cows for their skin?
You can replicate real leather without having to kill a cow.
Is it still real leather if it's replicated?
But it's not the same, is
defines
it? You might
real?
as well kill a cow.
I
Do
think
they only
organic
use
leather would
cows
be
that
fine.
die of old age for their leather?
So Sloan
Oh,
says
but that'll
that
be
it's
like all tough and nasty leather. You need young, supple leather.
Sloan says the cure is a nucleotide marking sequence. In human DNA, there's only 4 nucleotides. How many more nucleotides could there possibly be?
There's 5.
So, would it be a particular cow's DNA embedded in the leather?
Yeah,
Wait,
but I think
there's hang on. There's adenine, thymine, guanine, and cytosine, and then there's a 5th one that can substitute in certain occasions, but I don't remember what it is.
Oh, I didn't know there was a 5th one. But I think the things that he names, those aren't the nucleotides
Uracil.
though. That
I looked it up.
right. You. But the thing is that he. Sorry, I forgot.
Now, is this guy not
Miles will
doing a
show
great
the
job of
threat to the
acting
Federation.
because he's not a real person? It's Sloane's mind.
You die in Sloane's mind. You die for real.
Yes, unironically.
Yes. Wasn't it bad enough stakes that they won't be able to cure Odo? Why do they have to have it so if they die in the game, they die in real life?
So it implies
More
if you
dramatic.
mind
That's a
meld with
good Red
someone,
Dwarf episode.
if you mind meld with someone and they die, is it
It's
like
exactly like about half for Red Dwarf, as I recall.
Too weak. No. Well, at least you didn't get vaporized in the dream.
Yeah,
like
that could have killed you
The phasers
instantly.
can sometimes do that.
I really love that this whole arc. Like I think O'Brien was the one who came up with the thing that like to tell Julian to keep trying, and also I think to lure Section 31 or whatnot.
Oh yeah, this conversation. Forgot about this.
Oh, but just saying, O'Brien's the brains of the outfit, genetically
Aw,
engineered
poor
or
Tico.
not.
That's really sad.
Yeah, maybe O'Brien does like him a bit more. It's okay. It's okay, O'Brien. You can love Bashir. You're allowed to love your bros.
Not more than you love your wife.
Yeah, whatever.
Brother, you don't work together. He's in engineering operations, and you're in medicine.
O'Brien and Bashir don't feel the need for a legally binding agreement to force them to spend time together. You
Yeah.
barely even know her, Julian.
You just met her.
You've known her for like 2 months.
More like a year, right?
I don't know.
Season is like a year, right?
Yeah.
More or less. Look, if you like Miles so much more than Ezri, why don't you date Miles
It's not a...
instead?
Liking isn't the same as romantic.
It's not a romantic
interest.
thing. Yeah.
He
I
loves
mean,
his
there's
bros, but he doesn't love his bros.
So they just
Well,
needed to have a
going
bro
through
moment.
puberty, I didn't understand that.
Bro.
Whoa. Okay. Well,
If you like someone, that must mean, you know.
He's just saying you spend more time with me. That's all.
We have more in common.
There's not a lot of blood coming out of that phaser wound.
Well, it's
It's just kinda-
cauterized automatically.
Then he should be okay.
I
I've
don't think
always
that's
wondered
how
how
it
the
works. I don't
phaser
think...
knows what to vaporize.
I mean,
Yeah.
all that's
Like-
happened is that he's got like a shoulder blast. He's fine. There's no vital organs there.
Like it always vaporizes exactly its target. Like in TOS, like like they shoot a flower pot by accident, and just the flower pot vaporizes. The ground underneath is completely untouched. And like when
Well-
somebody gets vaporized, just
What about
them.
the plant
Complete-
underneath? And like in it? Is the plant gone?
So
Is there
No,
a plant in it?
it's just a pot, I think. It was in the episode The Omega Glory.
so
But if you
Cisco's
do
first
shit a
question
plant
is,
that's planted, does it get rid of the roots, or is it just
don't
above
know.
surface?
You know, like the way that it like so precisely vaporizes things, I think it'd get rid of the roots without touching the
Maybe
dirt.
the phaser is programmed to like only vaporize the first kind of material it encounters.
Then there's a flower in the pot.
so it's
Or the
crazy that
same.
this is all before
Why is War staring at the
2001
It'd be
camera?
like you just need to
because
focus the anion beam.
the US came across its own thing when it had to authorize enhanced interrogation techniques because torture is illegal. So it's like I think keeping someone alive with like steroids just so you could probe their mind longer is very questionable medically.
If they didn't do this, then Odo would die.
Yeah, whatever.
I mean,
Would you let medical issues get in the way of you saving your bro?
that's the question. Is like
Well, we're not talking about saving O'Brien here. It's just
No,
Odo.
Odo's also their bro.
it's national security and all that.
What bro? It's
Whatever the
Odo.
GUI equivalent of a bro is.
Brodo.
Mm-hmm. If Odo got married, would he take Kira's second name?
I don't know.
So he would also be Kira?
Mm-hmm. Odo Kira.
Kira Odo.
Kira Odo.
Well, like it's Odo Ital, right? So Odo's kind of his last name.
It would be Kira Odo Ital.
It would be Keto Ital.
Odo Nerys. Odo
Can't even
Nerys
take
or
your
Kira
first
Odo?
name. That's
Or
weird.
Kira Ital.
Take their first.
Nodo Kiro.
Why do they have to take each other's names? You don't have to. You can just
You don't
they can
have
keep being Odo and Kira.
Yeah, but he's the kind of guy that would, because he's like, oh yes, let's be couple.
Triangle pillow?
Yes, but it's not a
Do you
ship.
think the triangle ship has triangle pillows?
Yes.
I wonder
Absolutely
if
it
that
does.
pillow has a
How
zip
did-
on the edge. That'd be the most annoying thing to zip round a right angle.
Oof.
Here's what I think the triangle pillow is. I think the triangle pillow is one-sided, and it's just like a cloth wrapped around a foam thing, and it's clamped in the back. It has like a three-way clamp that holds it on. In fact, let me
What if it's
open up
just a
Paint.
pillow?
Let me open up Paint.
I think it being a pillow is probably an easier explanation than it being a three-way clamp over the back of some foam.
Hang on. Okay, so suppose this here is the front and this here's the back. The front is just solid material, that's fine. But then on the back, it just clamps around the sides like that.
You think
then it's
that
held-
all Starfleet officers have to have an incomplete book now because of this
Held in
experience?
place by a stick man on fire.
Yes.
So they'll know if something's a little sussy.
And then this
I see.
here with the dots is just exposed foam. That's how I think the triangle pillows work.
This is very complicated. Somehow I think it's just a pillow.
Nonsense. That'd be
Do
absurd.
you think there's a triangle ship inside of the triangle pillow? Inside of a triangle
Could
ship?
be.
They have triangle pillows on the triangle ship.
Hey, that was good. That was good writing because I totally forgot that I knew Sloan didn't. I knew the episode didn't end like this, but I thought I didn't realize we were in Sloan's mind still. It's like the holodeck episodes when we never really leave the holodeck.
Never really leave. This whole
is like the
series is all
noises
done on
that-
a holodeck.
This is like the noises that Gum2 was
Turns
making.
out that it was all on the holodeck, like in Enterprise. You know that in in the episode of Enterprise where it's a holodeck, all the people are labeled, like they all have name tags. I don't believe that's canon. I think that's there so Riker knows who they are. I don't think they actually have name tags.
J.R. Shinyu was president during the TNG era. He was a Grazerite. I didn't realize he was former president by this DFC 9 episode.
He was the
We
president
saw him
during
in Deep
the
Space
military
Nine.
coup
I don't remember
episode.
him being recalled or something.
He was the dude that they were trying to convince to give more security measures.
Maybe he got recalled.
Right.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe the Federation counts.
Only adenine is a human genome.
Good, do it, Bashir.
Julian,
Good.
can't you just look over it and remember immediately what it says?
Yeah, he has it.
Yeah,
He
this
has
is
a fancy memory.
this is his like internal
Mhm.
mind room, like the part where he doesn't hide.
The thing is, they're probably fake. He's probably making them up, like names and locations and stuff.
It's a trap.
They should make a show about destroying Section 31. That
Well,
would
we're
make
getting
me
a
happy.
Section 31 show, but
It'll be the first Star Trek show I'll refuse to watch.
you could at least give it a chance. Watch like the pilot.
I don't know. I probably won't even watch it. I really hate the Section 31 stuff.
As long as you don't leave angry comments on my videos about how it's the worst show ever when you haven't seen it.
Well, if I haven't seen it, how would I do that?
You would be surprised. I get a lot of those. I get a lot of those.
People,
I don't even hate Discovery.
Yeah, she's all right.
she was with
he's
Worf
not
last
wrong.
Not big fan of those eyebrows, but yeah.
I think it's just the
I don't
lighting
know,
in
I
this
think
room is
Discovery's
weird.
pretty.
Maybe it's the angle. Something about it looked weird. About her. She's not in it.
And you die in the slow and you die in real life.
Who's the random medic in the background?
Just some lady, don't worry
Don't
about
worry
it.
about it. Yeah.
It's Ogawa at home.
Budget Ogawa, so that she didn't say anything.
You know, Ogawa's
Emergency
in first
medical
contact. We're gonna be able to
Ogawa.
see her. Can you believe that? They remembered she existed.
Yeah. She doesn't make doctor, does she?
He doesn't.
And
How
first
weird.
contact?
Does nurse mean something different in the Federation? Because like Nurse Chapel gets promoted to doctor. And that doesn't really happen in real life.
Yeah,
does
nurse is
it?
just a rank here.
Could.
So like, is nurse different in the Federation?
I'm
Yeah.
guessing that in Starfleet, to be a nurse, you just have like a full medical education, and then sometime you get promoted to doctor. You complete your
Seems pretty
you complete your
inefficient.
physician extension courses, and then they grant you the rank of doctor.
At this point, wouldn't he
nurse
just
probably
like
has, a
slop into his
separate
bucket?
skill set as well.
Yeah, they do.
Odo should
We're
have
not talking
slid
about
into
real
that
life. We're
bucket
talking
right
about
there.
Starfleet, fantasy world.
Yeah.
Did he ever get his platinum plated bucket?
No. No bucket.
That might be
I
Odo.
like how they
You
just
might be
take Quark's
you might
stuff.
be about to drink Odo right now.
Like,
One
if Quark complains, they'll be like, "You don't pay rent."
thing
Basically, yeah.
that was a little weird about this arc with Odo was Quark shows up and says like, "Oh, I know Odo's sick." It's like, "How do you know Odo's sick?" And he's like, I hear things." So it's like, does he have sources inside the Federation, intelligence?
He just has like
literally-
sources inside of the Cardassian government. He has like level 6 clearance.
He has big ears. He literally hears things.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
that
be
too.
surprised if he has an informant in one of the Bajoran nurses that works in the.
he's
infirmary.
probably upstairs at
Yeah.
this moment.
He hears everything. The guy hacked into the PA system for his advertising. Remember?
Yeah, he
Wait, so
hacked the
Quark's
Defiance
Quark's just fine.
replicators.
With the and he changed the replicators
Take Squawk says fun.
with the mug. And Worf was mad about that.
I'm very sad that Kira didn't get to go to Quark's and have fun. That was
Well,
sad.
she was ordered by Bashir to go to Quark's and have fun one time. but it was a different kind of fun.
Yes. I wanted to see Kira have fun.
Yeah.
That would be a novelty.
Or Keiko.
Come on,
So
O'Brien,
O'Brien
come back for your
does.
bro.
O'Brien's drawing some lines here.
I feel
There we
bad for
go.
I was away for some neeps and tatties.
Bullseye on the friendship scale. You nailed it.
No, he
Good
totally
job.
missed. He got
It's
the
fine.
red part.
It's space, not billiards. That's a different thing. Space, what's it called? Darts.
Space darts.
darts.
Well, it's on the station,
not
so
supposed
it's
to hit the red
regular
part?
darts.
Are we watching the Dogs of War? No, we're not.
No.
We've already
We
seen 3.
are now done with the stream for today. Next week, for TNG on Saturday, is going to be First Contact, the movie. And then next Sunday, DS9 is going to be the finale, Dogs of War and What You Leave Behind. And we'll be done. And then after we finish DS9, we're going to go into... Actually, let me check the poll right now. I did a poll. And then a bunch of people misunderstood what I was asking in the poll. But we did it.
Can you believe
Yeah,
that
and-
CBS remembered that Dr. Mbonga exists?
What?
Sure.
He's gonna be in Strange New Worlds.
Doctor Who?
Dr. Mbega, he was
Mbonga.
from The Cage.
TOS. He's like the backup doctor. No, he's not from the Cage. That's
He's
a different
not from
doctor.
The Cage?
No, he's in TOS in like 2 episodes, I think. And he's like the backup doctor when McCoy is gone.
Yeah, the Cage Doctor was just the old white guy.
Yeah. By the
The
way,
Cage doctor was
I was
like
gonna say
McCoy. but
back in the Western era, the doctor was just the guy who would come over with the suitcase and the syringe and like the various vials. So it's like, you just had a country doctor who just knew everything. So it would make sense in that kind of society to have a nurse graduate to a doctor, because you're basically on the track to just like be the guy, or woman who shows up when there's a medical emergency.
A lot of doctors were like barbers and stuff, like people who just knew how to use
Dentist and a
blades.
barber.
Yeah.
I think Dr. Mbenga probably knows a little bit more. I think he's probably pretty good.
He's not the ship's barber. He's not a doctor of hairstyling.
We need the ship's barber. What was his name on Enterprise? On Enterprise D?
Mott?
Mott. Yeah.
Mott. There you go.
Hey, so where's the poll?
It was, well, I wouldn't worry about it because we're up to like 1.6 thousand votes, but it's on the YouTube community tab.
Oh,
Yeah, it
1.7
shows up on
votes.
mobile. It doesn't show up on. I don't think it shows up readily on the desktop
does-
version, does it?
I don't know if it gives you notification, but you have to go to the channel and then go to the community tab. You can go to it on desktop.
Okay.
It shows up
I
in 2
voted,
episodes.
but I shall not say what I voted because I don't want to sway any potential voters one way
Well,
or
here's
the
the
other.
decision. I'm making the decision right now. After DS9, we're watching Enterprise, and after TNG, we're watching Voyager.
God.
Yeah,
And then after
the
Enterprise, we're
best,
watching
the
TOS.
best.
I have to not show up for Enterprise. I rewatched it like 4 months ago, and I am
Rewatch it again.
Enterprise out. I have been on the long road.
You won't be rewatching it though. You just turn it down and then just listen to us talk crap about
Maybe.
it.
I guess I'll
Or
definitely
you
be
could
there for
rewatch it again.
Carbon Creek. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. There's a good chance that I will.
You want to be there for
But
the
I will be
episode
in
where
pain, terrible pain.
Porthos pees on the tree.
Oh, that
Hey.
episode.
Hey, I was a little late to
He's
make
doing the
this
best
comment
he can. Okay.
because I was trying to get my audio to work. Maybe nurse equals doctor in the Federation. Doctor, apprentice. Like how they have an apprentice for Matt and journeyman.
Yeah. Well,
The doctor.
speaking of coming in late, the stream's over. We're done here. Everyone get out. Everyone go away. We're done.
Join us
Okay.
next time.